Today I'm making one of the simplest and maybe the most magical dessert in Turkish cuisine, incir uyutması. It's a recipe with only 2 ingredients, but it carries generations of traditions. Dried fig, whole milk, and little patience. That's all it takes. As it rests, the enzymes in the figs will work and create a creamy, beautiful pudding without any other ingredients. I'm gonna use about 200 grams of dried fig. These are already packed like this. It is pre-cut, and I will add 3 more to show you for 1 liter milk. If you want less sweeter, you can add less. More, it's up to you. I'm gonna soak my figs in some warm water for about 15 minutes, 30 minutes to soften. Add just enough. We don't want the fig flavor to throw out with the drained water, so I'm using just enough. I'm going to take out the stem of these 3 figs here and cut them in cubes. I first heard this recipe from my father. In his memories, my grandmother used to make this fig dessert, incir uyutması. He said that it needs only 2 ingredients, and when you make them sleep, incir uyutması literally means the sleepy fig. It becomes a pudding. It was a new way of making a dessert for me, and I'm really curious how it must become like this in the history. It doesn't have to be very small. We're gonna blend them later. Just want it to be easier to soak and soften it. Let's add a bit more water. So I added about half cup. And meanwhile, I'm going to warm up my milk. This is around 3.5% fat milk. It is better to use a little bit on the fat side to have it creamier. You can also add some heavy cream in it, about 1/4 of a cup or even half cup, to make it more creamier and rich. I'm just going to warm this up. The idea is to kind of ferment and let the enzyme work in the fig. It is like similar to making yogurt. We want our milk to be at around 45 degrees, and how we look for it traditionally, we just put our little finger like this into the milk. If it bites you 2-3 seconds, then it is ready. That's how we make it, but you can also use, of course, thermometer. I'm gonna warm this up. This is soaking, and we're gonna continue. Okay, my milk is warmed up. I checked the temperature for you, and it is 49 Celsius. That's really a perfect match with the finger. I checked, it was 47. I heated up a little bit more because while we are talking, it's gonna go down a little bit. Now I'm gonna add the figs and then process with the hand blender until it becomes a puree. In old times, they were probably just mashing and finely maybe chopping. It is also okay if you don't have the blender, just put it in and give it a stir. But this way it becomes more creamier and set beautifully. Actually, the figs soaked most of the water. There is probably like maybe 3-4 tablespoons left, and it tastes beautifully, the fig itself. So I don't want to waste. I'm gonna add them all. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And we're gonna blend. Okay, this is enough. I might still have some pieces, but they are okay and will be more beautiful that way. And now it's time to pour them into our cups. My cups are ready. We don't want to let them sit like this too much to begin the enzyme work. Before that, we want to finish pouring into our cups. It's gonna get one more. I still have the big parts. It's sink to down of the pan, so I'm gonna portion them, distribute evenly. Here it is. I can imagine like they were probably doing this during winter too, when they have the dried figs and just fresh milk, perfect dessert and energy to have during winter. A comforting, easy dessert to make. Let's just pour this one here and we can check later maybe this one. So this is it. Now I'm gonna cover them, let them sit for at least preferably for 2 hours, but I will check because I want to taste and show you before the sun sets. We'll see how it's gonna take. If the temperature in your kitchen is cold, I have a beautiful winter sun, so it is kind of very warm right now. You can heat up the oven to 50 degrees for 5 minutes. Put this into the oven, turn it off. This will give you a beautiful environment to ferment. They are sleeping. I'm gonna look just one of it to see how it's looking. It looks set, but needs more time, so I'm waiting. It's been around 4 hours since my incir uyutması fig dessert is sleeping. I could have get it earlier, but it was dinner time. So now it's the time to take a look at them. I can still feel the warmness a little bit. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, they are set perfectly. It's jiggling. I'm gonna decorate. Just going to slice a fig. See how it sets beautifully. Maybe it's better to just add finely diced ones to the center because it already has lots of figs. This is just to decorate and to show what it has inside. Going to add some chopped walnuts. And finally, just going to sprinkle some cinnamon. This is really perfect, so light. It is sweet but not too much. If you want, you can add more, adjust the sweetness. It is very creamy even though I haven't refrigerated yet. It will set more and will be more firmer in the fridge. I cannot stop myself from having this. It's really interesting. It makes me remember how clever our ancestors were, having simple ingredients and making a comforting dish for centuries, and yet we are also remembering them and making their recipes. So I hope you give it a try and share your thoughts with me if you have similar recipes like this. And I hope to see you in other Turkish food recipes and travel vlogs. Afiyet olsun. The taste of the fig. You can also check my other recipes, by the way, from here.